All right, he is one of the best middleweights in the world and a man who has a great chance to bring a world title to South Africa. The middleweight contender, Dricus du Plessis. He's got power, he's got a lot of physical tools, underrated on the ground, and really he's been underrated every step of his UFC career. You had to look far and wide to find anyone that gave him a modicum of a chance going into that Robert Whittaker fight at UFC 290, and he absolutely bludgeoned the former champion. At that point in time, there was nothing left to do with the South African du Plessis but to find him a title fight, and now we see just how world-class Dricus du Plessis really is. Dricus du Plessis enters the octagon with his mind set on one thing tonight, that UFC championship belt. All right, so the path to UFC middleweight gold and glory continues to go through this man. And without speaking hyperbolically, I do believe this man looks like he could reign for some time.
You know, when you think about middleweight, you think about some great champions, Anderson Silva and Israel Adesanya. This man can be viewed in the same regard because he has ruled the top of the division for a really long time. He's ruled it with an iron fist. He is just so good in this role. He is everything you want in a UFC champion.
And he's fighting in his natural weight class. A lot of people wondered aloud if maybe he could become a two-division champion, go down to 70. He don't want to hear that noise. He's looking to pluck off another middleweight title challenger in yet another big spot here tonight. Well, there has already been a lot of UFC history here at Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. More where that came from tonight. And we are ready to go with two of the best athletes in the sport. And now our tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. All right, now for your main event introductions, the one, the only Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Dricus du Plessis. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, the reigning, defending UFC middleweight champion, Shara Bullet.
Mark Goddard, our referee for this one, as good as any man or woman in the business. All right, here we go, start of round 1, and potentially some UFC history on the line. He is trying to secure the record for the longest winning streak in promotional history.
John, and that's one of those records that you kind of thought was untouchable. Guys that win that many times to start a UFC career, but right now we find ourselves. I mean, he walked right into that one, John. A huge test, especially when it's this early in the fight.
They're certainly getting after it early.
He's firing back now. It doesn't matter if he's hurt.
So, Champ, we managed to get a word in with Coach Thompson during the lead up to this fight. Obviously, a lot of positive things to say about the fighter, but everybody's talking about this plush Believe MMA gym. It's spectacular.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. It's great to see the change, but it means something a little bit that those guys made it through the crunch, how dirty the gym was, and just still able to become who they were. Granted, we love the upgrades, but I hope they can keep the spirit of what Believe MMA was, and that's that grungy, dirty type of fighter and style. Big knee lands right through the opponent's midsection.
Oh, perhaps an overreaction from the booth, but that body shot looked pretty nasty.
John, you can tell that dude's starting to do some damage. This dude better start tucking his elbows.
All right, there's that cross from du Plessis, a big reason why he is ahead on the cards and winning this round as well.
It's his best punch. It's his punch that can knock people out. That's why you see him doing it so many times.
Du Plessis gets the takedown. Two minutes remain in the round. Du Plessis always shelled up defensively. Great arsenal of attacks, especially when it comes to his kicks.
Yeah, he does a really good job of mixing up his stance, keeping his hands high, and being a hard target to find when you're octagon with him.
Well, a moment ago, you saw some of that bodily investment paying off. Great shot to the body.
Just buckled him a little bit right there with that body shot.
Faints upstairs and lands flush to the... Whittaker's doing it! Is it in still? Yes, he did it! Your undisputed middleweight champion of the world!
And still is coming to become common. When you talk about this man, the expectation has been exceeded. And once again, he holds on to the UFC championship.
All right, to make this title fight official, here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Honors called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 48 seconds in the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO, and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Shara Bullet!
All right, so there you have it with respect to Anderson Silva, John Jones, and the rest. You are looking live at the owner of the record for most successive wins in UFC history.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable to watch. To think that we saw this from the very beginning, and now he stands alone atop the mountain.
All right, here's the former UFC middleweight champion, Robert Whittaker. DC, this is the guy that you mash buttons with when you play EA Sports UFC. And what else can you say about this man, right? It's almost as if his UFC career has had 3 different phases. How about the response after the Dricus du Plessis setback? Looks like his best version yet.
Yeah, he's going to be fighting for a really long time. I got to be honest, guys. As you listen to this walk, pick Robert Whittaker. He is the best character on this entire game. He can do it all. That's why I use him, because I'm a bit of a cheater. But Robert Whittaker isn't a cheater. He's just a guy that's very good at fighting. And he proves it time and time again. He's been the champion. He's fought for the belt. He's working his way back to another championship opportunity.
Robert Whittaker ready to engage in another high-profile matchup here tonight. with so much adulation and adoration from the fan base. The BMF champion at present, making the walk to the Octagon. When this belt was first realized, when it was incepted, a lot of people wondered, would it ever be defended? Well, that is our reality here tonight, and we have two of the most deserving individuals on the planet to fight for this particular prize. This man can do it all, and we'll see if he is the better man on this particular Saturday night. DC, I can't wait. Well, no air conditioning, no problem. We are ready to go with more live action from Jeunesse Arena here in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Our tail of the tape for this much-anticipated middleweight encounter. Here once more is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! This fight is 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC BMF Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Robert the Reaper Whittaker! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC BMF Champion of the World, Shara Bullet!
Couple good walkout songs.
Ready to fight? Ready. Let's do it.
All right, here we go under the brightest of lights. Round one is underway. BMF Championship is on the line. Two of the most exciting fighters in this, really, or any division, DC, I would say, are ready to engage with one of the biggest prizes in this sport. Firmly up for grabs. Man, he's in shape tonight. Fitness, discipline, never an issue, but he might be in the best shape of his life.
The best shape of his life. I mean, you don't get many opportunities to make a statement. Tonight he intends to make a statement, and I believe that that happens if he gets on the gas very early.
The Reaper, Robert Whittaker, DC's choice in EA SPORTS UFC.
Yeah, I mean, he's constantly bouncing. That lead hand might be down, but Robert Whittaker's waiting for you to get within range so that he can now explode into.
All right, so early round one action, and he's been a little bit inefficient when it comes to his striking game. He's going for broke. Yeah,
he's swinging, but he's not having much success. Got to slow down a little bit, pace himself to make sure that he can fight the whole fight. Oh! And these dudes, when they come together and they land something good, they both go, you better watch out. Very close.
Man, these body kicks are really punishing. He's landed several in this round alone. Investing in the body early, wise strategy in this matchup tonight. Oh, another body shot gets through. Gotta think he's starting to feel those in the midsection.
Yeah, you know, if you're the opponent also, you know that you're making that investment into the body, even though you may not be able to see the work that you're doing yet. Some point is going to start to pay dividends.
All right, so here we go early in the fight, and not much resistance as he gets the takedown he very much sought.
Well, let's see now. Can he put some damage on him that he got this takedown so early?
All right, butterfly guard here up against the fence. If you're the dominant fighter, champ, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to circle him off the fence. I'm trying to put my body between him and the Octagon. I'm not allowing him to use the Octagon as a barrier to get back to his feet.
Man, there's that body shot again. Defense has got to make some adjustments here.
And if the defense don't get better, at some point you're going to see him start to really show the effects of this body work.
Oh! Back to the feet now. continues to find his timing here. Series of strikes, they all land. Seconds to go.
And that's the danger in the engagement there.
Outstanding round, and another 5 minutes coming up. Heading back to the corner now, and however deliberately, Whittaker's bleeding from the forehead here a bit. Hopefully they can get that under control so it doesn't trickle down into his eyes in the next round. All right, back to the stools between rounds, and I guess nothing a little Botox can't fix, but let us show you the replay and ultimately the strike that caused that significant damage to his forehead.
I mean, his forehead, you don't see it very often, but even when BJ Penn kicked Diego Sanchez, the damage and the blood that flies off the head whenever you get a head kick to the head, it's very difficult to deal with or get a cut on the forehead. He's got to change his approach now to really protect himself.
Yeah, it doesn't appear to be compromising the vision as yet, but he will need to protect himself so it doesn't get worse here in the next round. Oh, beautiful block there. They say defense wins championships.
I mean, this guy keeps his guard exactly where it needs to be. I love watching him. What a huge blow in a big moment in this fight. He's still firing back, even though he's hurt bad.
Well, informed speculation says he's...
Oh, my goodness!
Oh, huge shots being landed on both sides.
Now he's back up.
Under 3 minutes now to go. Well, the Octagon, not a great place to be when you're looking for a rest or a stool. His stamina. Sign the bonus check now, Shara Bullet.
Wow! I threw my hands up. Somebody stop the fight. It's over.
The decision is inside the Octagon. It resides with Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 36 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC BMF champion of the world, Shara
You heard it there from Bruce Buffer, and still the reigning, defending, undisputed BMF champion.
John, he has talked to us time and time again about the pride that he has in holding that championship belt. He speaks about the legends that wore the belt before him. He speaks about honoring all that they did inside the Octagon. Tonight, once again, he shows why he is one of the baddest mothers on the entire planet.
All right, so here he is, the #1 middleweight contender. He made himself undeniable, and tonight he gets a title shot. We shall see what he can do with it.
Yeah, he made himself undeniable. You know, nothing is ever guaranteed. Sometimes you gotta do more. He just kept his head down. He kept working. Whoever they put in front of him, he beat them. And ultimately, he finds himself on the verge of a championship. The preparation has been thorough. The preparation has been very intense, and he feels like they have done everything necessary to become the champ tonight.
Now, most people would argue right now the UFC's 185-pound division has never been stronger, and a lot of people believe that this man is going to alter history by wresting the title away tonight. We shall see. All right, so the latest title defense arrives here and now for the UFC's undisputed middleweight champion. And prevailing wisdom is it's going to take a huge effort out of the challenger tonight to dethrone this dominant king.
Absolutely. You do not beat this guy without being on your A game. And not even just your A game is going to get it done. You have got to overachieve in order to beat this guy. This guy is firmly entrenched as the best in the world. When you look at him, you know he's the best, from the way he carries himself, to the confidence, to the skill set. He's the champ, and he doesn't intend for that to change.
Seemed as though it was maybe a difficult weight cut or more difficult than ones prior, but he didn't want to hear any of that noise in advance of this latest middleweight championship title defense. Well, so much UFC history has played out here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Plenty more where that came from tonight. The athletes are ready to go. Our tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. All right, now for the main event introductions, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Caio the Natural Borralho. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending UFC undisputed middleweight champion of the world, Shara Bullet.
Third-party Mark Goddard will handle the action for this one. All right, so another title defense beckons here tonight. He has already successfully defended this belt 5 times. We'll see what the future holds if he can make it 6.
It's one of the greatest reigns that we have seen in modern UFC history. But if he wants to truly become a legend, he needs to win the night, get a super fight, and win that. Now we start talking about him in the GOAT conversation.
All right, some interesting news in the lead up to this one. I'm not even sure if Dana White wants us to bring this up, but there are some shady training tapes that have been making the rounds, and that goes right in the face of true competition.
Yeah, I mean, it's not competition anymore. It's dirty. It's underground. It's not what this sport is about. And there's a safe place in fighting. It's in your gym as you prepare. When you start getting tapes put out into the world, people are filming privately. It's awful, and I feel bad for the people that are the subject of these tapes.
Borralho trying to work his way into striking range out of that patented southpaw stance.
Yeah, Caio Borralho has big power, generally likes to go forward and constantly is moving. Now they separate.
Oh! Under 3 minutes now to go in what has been a very fast-paced opening round here. Borralho goes for the clinch here. Looks like he's trying to recover. He was stunned a little bit earlier. Let's see if he can get a respite here. Champ, I stopped short of using the word dominant, but getting close to it. This kickboxer is something tonight.
Well, he's doing a really good job. He's mixing it all up. He's mixing up targets.
What an offering up over the top. This fight's gonna be over.
What a great way of mixing up his attack. He didn't stay the court. He mixed it up. He went high with his opponent, left his opponent low. Now he has to prepare back.
Back to his feet.
Bro, he's in the zone, right? Sometimes.
He's in the world of trouble.
Oh, goodness.
But he fires like that. What a fight!
This is insane.
Oh, reverses the position now. Nice work on the ground by Shara Bullet. Fighter just decides to get up here and let the opponent up. Oh man, looks like he ate another body shot there. Can't absorb too many more of those.
I mean, you can tell that he's starting to feel it right in the midsection. You better start sucking his elbow, or he's gonna really struggle with that down.
And still, yes, he did it! The undisputed middleweight champion of the world!
Wow, John, this guy is an absolute grinder, and he imposed himself on his opponent, and he keeps the UFC championship.
All right, to make this title fight official, here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 55 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Shara Bullet!
6 straight title defenses after successfully winning here tonight. And you got to think at this point, a super fight is the only thing that makes sense on his immediate horizon.
It's what's supposed to happen. I mean, he's earned it. He's earned the opportunity to chase down legendary status. If he gets that super fight and gets a victory, we are going to have him in the GOAT conversation.